Howdy there, folks! How are y'all doing? My name is Rees, and Merry Christmas to each and every single one of you out there in the big, wide, wonderful world. I'm hoping you are all having a wonderful weekend. We are heading into Christmas. Tomorrow is, of course, Christmas Eve, and then Christmas Day, where we will release episode 100 of this series at a Christmas party, no less. We'll see how that turns out, but today is kind of a special day in and of itself. This is episode 99 of our Tekkit 2 Let's Play adventure, and I want to spend it doing something very special. It has nothing to do with crafting or mining. Considering what the game is, that's saying something, but we're going to come back to that here in a minute, because it's something that I think is going to be very, very, very special, and I want it to actually be meaningful and have some impact, and maybe I'm building it up too much. What we're going to do right now, though, is I couldn't help but notice that if you have a little gander over here at the train station, something's been happening around here. Looks like they've been getting ready for a little bit of a Christmas party. So I wasn't really sure where the Christmas party was going to take place, but it appears as though it's going to be here at the train station, which makes a ton of sense because, first off, there's only like 3 lines coming in here, so most of the place is big and empty and open and looking fantastic. Everyone has a quick and easy way here, except for the dwarves. Now that I think about it, we never bothered building them a bridge or a railroad. I'll bring him over, it's fine. No, the fire! The fire! If you get too close to that corner, the fire kicks off. Napier! I've got to say, Napier, this place is looking really... The fire's gonna drive me nuts. Okay, good, it's gone. I was gonna say, I'm gonna go extinguish all the fire. Napier, this place is looking fantastic. Thank you, Rees Crafts. We are pulling out all of the stops for the Christmas party. I gotta say, you know what? I thought my tree looked bad, but this is like the Charlie Brown tree, but kind of like halfway through the way it was when they found it, and at the end when all the kids like wave their hands around and perform some sort of demonic magic spell to make it a nice tree. I think the idea was that they were just showing it love and affection and attention, and it was getting better. Kind of like what would happen if someone would just... gosh darn it, show just a little bit of affection for Charlie Brown, God bless his soul. The lights look good, I like how they figured out the lighting, and we could never do that. There's wreaths, there's presents, there's even like a proper thing around the bottom of the Christmas tree, and baubles. This is absolutely fantastic, Napier. I am personally very impressed. It's going to be a night to remember, one for the history books to be sure. I mean, I think it's just going to end up being a Christmas party. So I don't know about all that. I think it might just end up being a normal Christmas party. But, by the way, why are we having a party on Christmas Day? Most people have parties around Christmas, but if they're having it on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, they tend to be on Christmas Eve. Most normal people want to be with their families on Christmas Eve, but no one has plans for the evening of Christmas Day. That's true, actually. I have plans with my family for Christmas Day, and, you know, sometimes we'll go to extended family members' houses in the sort of afternoon hours. But yeah, no one does anything on Christmas evening, like the actual evening of Christmas. Like, what are you doing 7 o'clock at Christmas, other than being sad about the fact that Christmas is over with? I guess as a kid, you had all the new toys and stuff you'd play with. I remember one year I got a Star Wars playset. That's not relevant. Napier, you make excellent points. Have you made a decision concerning the Senate's offer? You know, I am still thinking that one over, and I'm going to come to a conclusion soon. I'll know by Christmas morning for sure, one way or the other. I will definitely let you know definitively. I hope you make a wise choice for everyone's sake. Well, that's a little bit ominous there, Napier. I don't know why you would phrase it like that. Happy Christmas, Rees Crafts. Take care. You too, Napier. Happy Christmas, or Craftmas, or whatever. What? What an odd conversation. I mean, I guess he's thinking about how it would be good for the economy if I sold it? I guess? Although, where's the money coming from? Is it coming from all the villagers? I suppose it's a taxation situation. I wonder if they all have representation. I guess they must, because there's a whole Senate. Are Senates... Are they elected? There was an election to choose the Senator Supreme, which I assume was internal within the Senate itself. But I actually don't know. I have no idea how the government around here operates. whatever. I mean, we'll make our mind up. But what I wanted to do, and in fact, I think I know exactly where I want to go to do this. I want to go to the very top. I want to go to the penthouse of the factory and look down at creation, and the only explanation I can find. I want to look down at everything that we've done since the start of this series. And in fact, maybe we should go literally all the way onto the roof for this. And just with all of this sort of as our backdrop here, I wanted to address a comment that I got, okay? So this is a comment, and we've gotten comments from this individual before. This is Spiger? I'm never sure how to pronounce the name properly, but this is the dev behind Industrial Craft Classic, a mod that we have made extensive use of in this series. Now, Spiger, we're going to go with that pronunciation and hope it's correct. They don't watch the series, but somehow they get information about things happening in it and occasionally pop in to leave helpful comments and suggestions, and have done so actually since Tekkit Legends. So this is an individual who's popped up in my comments before and always offered extremely helpful tips and useful bits of information. And you might think you know where you're going with this, but you don't. You have no idea where I'm going with this. I don't know where you're going with it, actually, now that I've said that. I misspoke is what happened there. But they said, "Howdy, friend. The reason the charge pad is so slow at 1910, and this is on the Mass Fabrication Revelation episode, is basically the item has a charge rate limit and you ran into it." So the charge pad was not slow. It was really, really fast, and we're very pleased with how much faster it was. But I understand what he means there, is that the individual items do have limited charge rates. Didn't watch the entire video, just the spot, because the Tekkit 2 pack dev, so presumably we're talking about X-John. You'll see X-John's name at the end of every episode, because in the credits it actually says Tekkit 2 X-John. Presumably that's who we're talking about. Showed it to me. Yes, I asked him to keep an eye out for me for LPs. And then I said, "Oh my gosh, I didn't realize the pack dev watches these." And he said he might not watch every single one, but I know for a fact he lurks into videos. Why wouldn't he? Seeing people interact with your work usually makes people really happy. And that made me realize that of all the things that go into a Let's Play, there's two types of people that get no thanks. And that is the pack developers and the mod developers, or I've always called them mod authors and pack curators. That's not like the official terms, that's just what I've called them, because it makes sense to me, right? You know, you have these people who author these incredible mods. I complain a lot about logistics pipes, but when you look at that mod, that is an incredible mod and an incredible achievement. I don't know if it's an individual or a team, but someone puts a lot of time into that and has made all of these really minute and specific, detailed items that all do very specific little things, and I can't get it to work the way I want it to. But somewhere out there, people are able to figure it out, and this person has poured hundreds of hours into coding this mod. It's incredible. And then you have Spiger here, hopefully I'm still saying that correctly, who is maintaining one of the most fundamental Minecraft mods. I feel like if you've been playing modded Minecraft since back in the day, you've engaged with Industrial Craft. And Industrial Craft Classic is a continuation of that sort of original experience you got when you played the original Tekkit, you know? So the old Technic packs, back before Technic packs were a launcher, back when it was Technic, and then Technic 2 and Technic 3, and then you had Tekkit, which was the multiplayer version. Like, this is a core mod experience, and that's being kept alive by this individual. And then you have X-John, okay? You have X-John over here, who has created Tekkit 2, although it might be called Tekkit Squared. We've talked about that. We might be getting it wrong based on how it's stylized. No thanks whatsoever. And in fact, I've seen a lot of hate thrown his way for decisions made in the comment sections of some of my videos. Nothing too vitriolic or mean-spirited, but normally just people complain. You know, in earlier episodes of my series, some items had EMC values that in later episodes they no longer had because things were changed to make it more authentic to Tekkit Classic. And I'll complain about it, you know, and other people will complain about it. But we can't lose sight of what's happened here. We have people, dozens if not hundreds in this pack alone. I mean, think about the people who make the Sphax textures. It might be like, okay, you make a texture for dirt, And then 12 years later, it's the same texture, right? But they do stuff at it all the time. And then there's volunteers who come in, and they make textures for all the modded items. This frame that we're looking at right now is not my work. Yeah, I built it, sure. Well, okay, I mean, I didn't build most of this. Most of it was some mod we're unsure of and an AI. But, you know, this is the work of hundreds of people making textures and, you know, volunteering their time. No one's getting paid for this. Maybe some people are getting the occasional, you know, ad revenue from a download somewhere at some point, but for the most part, this is volunteer effort to make the textures, to make the mods, in Xjohn's position, putting it all together, making sure they all work together. Not only that they work together, but that all the mods interact in a way that makes sense and they don't overpower one another or break the game, and it's a ton of thankless effort. And then you got some dumb schmo like me, who runs around and something frustrates me, and it's funny in the video to ham it up. You know, it's one thing to what I normally do in real life, you know, when I'm recording, doing something behind the scenes, when I'm like, this isn't working, that's frustrating. But then it's another thing on camera to go, why is it broken? You know, because that's funny. that's a memorable experience, and you at home can laugh at, look at Rees's frustration. It's real frustration. Slightly blown out into proportion, into bigger proportion. What am I trying to say right now? There are over 125 videos about Tekkit 2 in this channel's Tekkit 2 playlist. Over 125. Yeah, we're only on episode 29, but there was a bunch of, like, point episodes, so, like, in between episodes. There's some channel member exclusive episodes, which, Merry Christmas. If you check the playlist on Christmas Day, you'll find that all of those have been set to unlisted. Not public, because I don't want them to suddenly be released into the algorithm. First off, that screws up the release order, because if I set them to public now, it'll show their release date as now. Unlisted. You can find them in the playlist. Future generations that watch through this series will be able to watch them and never really know that they were channel member exclusive, except for the fact that I mentioned it in the video, so Merry Christmas and enjoy that. But over 125 videos, I didn't even tally up the hours, but considering most episodes are about an hour long, it's probably somewhere close to 100 hours of content. All of which I put a lot of effort into, and an AI put some effort into as well. And many more hours behind the scenes, right? But that's not all my effort. None of that would be possible without the hard work of these individuals. So specifically, I have two names. I have Speaker, who is the only mod author who's taken the time to actually comment and let me know when, you know, I'm being a big dum-dum or don't understand something and explain something, which is appreciated, and not something that I expect mod authors to do. I don't want to put out there that this is the expectation, that when some schmuck on the internet's making a video about your mod, you need to be in the comments explaining it. Absolutely not. These people have lives. They've donated enough of their time. They don't need to also be babysitting me. But I appreciate that so much, and I appreciate all the work you've done on the mod for like a decade now. Like I said, Speaker's been commenting on my videos back when I was on the Cub Gaming channel, the Howdy Folks Gaming channel. It was called Cub Games back in the day, doing Tekkit Classic, or I'm sorry, Tekkit Legends. So much time creating these mods and managing them and maintaining them, and I appreciate it so much. And Xjon, mostly thankless. You brought back Tekkit. I thought Tekkit was done. I knew that Technic Pack was still going, and people were still making sort of fan mod packs, and people were making their own sort of iterations, but Xjon somehow got in with the Technic Pack guys and was like, I will make a new Tekkit 2. I don't know what that looked like, but this is not a fan pack. It is. I'm assuming Xjon's a fan. This is like an official release. This is, if you go to the Technic website, there's the fan packs, and then there's the Technic packs, and this is a new version of Tekkit, which I thought after Tekkit Legends, that was like a swan song. That was a send-off. That was a, here's to the last 6 or 7 years of Tekkit. Adios. But we got a new one, and a new Hexit. And a new Hexit! I thought I was the only one who remembered that! I've not played Hexit 2 yet, but I plan on it in the near future. So, thank you, Xjon, so much. I hope this video makes it back to you. Like I say, I doubt that Xjon, like Speaker, is sitting around and watching my videos. Neither of them are doing that. I don't know how Xjon ended up watching that last episode. If I had to guess, I'd say someone watched it, took a clip, sent it on the Discord, and said, hey, this is confusing. And he passed it along, but hopefully you get to see this. For over a year now. It feels like at least a year and a half now, right? This came out in August of last year, July of last year. Close to a year and a half now, I've been playing this mod pack. Like I said, over 100 hours spent in it, over 125 videos spent in it. It has been an immense amount of fun for me. Even the frustration, when I sit down to edit a video where I'm like particularly frustrated with something not working and not understanding why, it's funny to watch. And I'm like, yeah, I'm struggling. This is good content. It's all wonderful. To the folks who make the BD Craft resource pack and the Christmas pack, which is what allows it to look like Christmas right now. Thank you so much. To just everyone, all of the mod authors, Extron as the pack curator, and also thank you to every single one of you fine folks out there for watching. This is the series that got this channel to the monetization threshold. This is the series that I feel like spurred a lot of folks to become channel members, and we're actually going to end this episode by reading off the current channel member names. And if you signed up after today and are after recording, I guess I should say, I'm very sorry. Did the game just go to sleep? Okay, we're back and we don't have sound anymore. That happens with Minecraft for some reason. When it goes to sleep, when you come back, there's no audio. I should have anticipated that. Well, folks, that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to say thank you to Speaker and all of the other pack authors. I wanted to say thank you to Xjon for your fine work authoring this very true, authentic Tekkit experience. This is, if you want to play Tekkit Classic in the modern era, that's what this is. And it is a perfect recreation of it, with space. If you were a Tekkit main fan back in 2013, I believe that was, 2013, 2014, somewhere in that ballpark. And I've had immense fun with it, so thank you. And thank you to our channel members, whom I'm going to pull up here in just a minute. I'm struggling. In order of total time as a member, Lucas Kits and Purple Lemons are both about to be year-long channel members, and I appreciate it immensely. But starting with the Cosmic Lucas Kits, thank you. The Otherworldly Purple Lemons, thank you. The Legendary Maria Amor, thank you. The Otherworldly Jake Yates, thanks. I don't know why you got a wink. Everyone gets a wink in my heart, how about that? But I'm not going to do it at the end of every name, because that would get annoying, I assume. The Legendary Gillier, the Mythic Ryan Wilson, the Legendary GSNL, the Mythic Jankas64, the Mythic David Grindle, the Mythic James Davis, the Mythic JC Light, the Mythic Zevzy, the Mythic Braxton, the Legendary Heather Hancock, the Mythic Ben Ridout, the Mythic The Broken Light Bulb, the Mythic Lena Ooh, the Mythic L, the Mythic Renus Dirksen, the Mythic Death Walks, the Mythic Jeremiah Zimpetti, the Mythic Hakar, the Mythic CJ, the Fabled Gamer 225, the Fabled Atale Perez, the Fabled Jonas, the Fabled JD Wheeler, the Fabled GCBW, the Fabled T Hopko, the Fabled Ojala, and the Fabled myself. But not me, that's just their name. Thank each and every single one of you for your support on the series, and to all future channel members, and all past channel members for that matter, thank all of you for your support. And Merry Christmas. You know, I don't think I want to end this series. I think we're having too much fun, and we have too much more to do. So until next time, thank you folks for watching. God bless each and every one of you. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Bit late, but there you go. And I'll see you all Christmas Day for the Christmas party. Probably sometime in the afternoon. God bless you. Good night. Good morning. Whenever this comes out. Whenever you watch it. Maybe you're watching it 2026. Hope the world hasn't ended yet. Goodbye.